What's cracking with your snack and snacker stars? It's me, the BRE, the man in the backwards hat, Brandon from the sAs, the Snack Food Appreciation Society, coming at you once again on the Friday for Pizza Night, ladies and gentlemen. Not much going on in the pizza world. The budget is kind of tight. Not much going on in the house either, but I do have a few ingredients, and I was inspired recently by a large chain's version of a very interesting appetizer based on pizza and based on a Mexican favorite. I'll be right back right after this to show you what that is. Make it for you on this DIY edition of Pizza Night. Right after this. Never fear, Pizza Night is here, so go ahead and grab yourself a can of beer for Friday night, January 26th, 2017. And ladies and gentlemen, left with not many ideas, you gotta kind of get creative, or maybe steal somebody else's idea. It's another do-it-yourself episode of Pizza Night, and ladies and gentlemen, I've decided to take my spin at a favorite from Dave & Buster's. That's right, I've got the ingredients right here to make myself the Carnivore Pizzadilla. I'll be right back right after this to let you know what these ingredients are and to construct the Pizzadilla. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and make this DIY Pizzadilla as inspired by Dave & Buster's, ladies and gentlemen. I was just there this past weekend with my girl. We had one of these, and when I got home that weekend, I started playing around with ingredients and stuff like that and came up with what I think is a pretty reasonable facsimile. I mean, it's not hard, it's just a few ingredients, but still, I think it's pretty creative and pretty fun and pretty easy. I went ahead and preheated the oven to 375. You can do 375 or 400. My oven tends to run a little bit hot, so I'm going with 375. Now I got some of these burrito-sized large flour tortillas here. There you go. And I've only got 2 left. You need 2 of them to complete the job, so that's perfect. There you go. Nice big tortilla there. Kind they use at Chipotle, I think, or at least around the size anyhow. Lay your first one down. So now what you're going to want to do is get your cheese. I got Sargento. I got their 4 cheese Italian, 2% reduced fat. You can use whatever you want, but this has got mozzarella provolone with smoke flavor, fresh Asiago, and also Romano cheeses. Go ahead and just grab a bunch of this cheese here, good handful. Stick it on the tortilla. That's not quite enough, I don't think. I've gone ahead and also lined a pizza tray with non-stick foil, and I also sprayed that foil with a little bit of Pam. You can use whatever kind of cooking spray that you want. We're going to need a little bit more cheese there along these edges. Alright, so now what I've got here, 2 different types of pepperoni. I've got my sauce and I've got some sausage. The pepperonis I've got here are your regular little small regular size pepperonis, as well as deli size pepperonis. The deli size pepperonis go on the bottom. They don't use the deli size ones at Dave & Buster's, so this is my own addition to the recipe, so to speak. Go ahead and throw a few of those down on there. There you go. Also, maybe you want to go a little further outside. There you go. So we got about 6 of those on there. Going to need some more cheese, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely need some more cheese. Just cover up that area where the pepperonis are, and you should be okay. I like to leave a lot of space out here on the edge just for you know, grabbing the pizza, so to speak, in the slice and stuff like that, so stuff's not flopping out at you or anything like that. I've also got some sausage, just this Hatfield ground sausage. It's the sweet variety. You can use spicy if you like. I just decided to get sweet. We're going to go ahead and just place these to and fro. You can use as much or as little as you want, guys. I'm just giving you a guideline to kind of work on at this point. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to put any sauce on this bottom layer in case you're asking. Of course, if you've got more cheese, you can use a lot more cheese. I don't have that much more cheese left, and we have a whole top layer to go, so I'm being a little bit conservative. Also, no sauce on the bottom. The sauce goes on the top. Gonna go ahead and stick the top layer of tortilla on there. Press it down a little ways. There you go. And now, this is where you apply the sauce. Alright, so this sauce is basically just some spaghetti sauce that I used a few nights back. Just had a little bit left. This is about a cup worth. You're not even going to use that much of it. Go ahead and just kind of pour it on there any way you like. Actually, yeah, I'll probably go ahead and use all of that. And I'm going to go ahead and spread it around with my ladle here. Again, leaving some space for a quote-unquote crust ring on the outside of your pizza crust. Or your Pizzadilla crust, if you will. Hopefully that stays there. I don't think it will. What do you think? Alright, so now time for more cheese, ladies and gentlemen. Always more cheese. That's going to go right on the top here. There we go. Cover your sauced area. As much or as little as you like. I like a lot of cheese, but I am running out. Also, if you like, you can put fresh mozzarella on here. Just cut up those little balls that you get at the salad bar. There you go. Bunch of that cheese there. Alright, so now the regular size pepperonis are going on there, just like you would put them on any pizza in any pattern you like. And then where you don't have pepperonis, you can have little sausages there. How about that? How about them apples? No, there's no apples here. I've had apples on a pizza before. I think it was at Lito's. I reviewed it too, so you can check that out by checking out the various Pizza Night season playlists. I suggest you do so. This pizza might end up with more meat than cheese. That's a little odd. But again, I'm working with ingredients that I have here in the house. I didn't buy anything new or special for this. Just kind of slumming it. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so there you go. You got lots of sausage on there. Cheese. Lots and tons of pepperoni. Let me go ahead and show you that a little bit more closely. There you go, guys. I'm going to slap this baby in the oven for like 10 to 12 minutes. Check it out. If the outer ring starts to brown up, that's A-okay. That's the way you want it to be. I'll be right back right after this on this DIY edition of Pizza Night. Alright, there you go. I got the Pizzadilla on out of the oven. As you can see, it started to curl up along the edges there. And I think that's actually a good sign. It means it's nice and crispy along the edges there. Your cheese is melted. Your sausage looks like it's sizzling and nice. It smells great. I went ahead and added some red pepper flakes, whole oregano, black pepper, and Parmesan right before I put it in the oven, by the way. And that's how it turned out, ladies and gentlemen. Looks pretty darn good if you ask me. Let's try to get a little bit closer look there. All the edges. Yep. All kinds of stuff going on in there. Maybe we can take a look inside of one of these peaks, one of these folds here. No, not much action there. But there you go. You can see some little sausages and some cheese peeking out the side there. Alright, let me go ahead and grab my pizza cutter and slice this baby up for you. Alright, I've gotten it sliced up, and I only sliced it in the force because, I mean, really, this thing is not all that terribly big. You can actually buy a larger tortilla if you want, or a smaller one, make it any size that you like. Go ahead and pull this 420 slice out for you here. Show that to you a little bit more closely. Show you the layers there. Yeah, you got some cheese in the middle, some pepperoni in the middle, some sausages falling off, but that's okay because there's plenty where that came from, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be right back right after this to put this in my face and let you know what I think about it on Pizza Night. Alright, gang, this bad boy is out of the oven and ready to go right into my mouth, ladies and gentlemen. Smells fantastic. 3, 2, 1. Alright, gang, this one is ready to come. 3, 2, 1. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this one smells fantastic and is ready to jump off the plate and into my mouth any second now. Tell you what, man, not a lot of the money went into this. You can spend as much as you want on it or as little as you want. That's pretty much the way it goes. If you just got stuff laying around the house like I did tonight, that works out really good too. Let me go ahead and pick up this slice, and I'm going to go ahead and show it to you next to my noggin the way I always do. Fairly big slices here when you do it in the 4s. I suppose you could do it in the 6, but then it might lose some of its overall impact with this size tortillas. Let me go ahead and take a bite. While not quite as good as the Dave & Buster's version, and heck, not quite as good as the version I made on Sunday night, this is pretty darn tasty, ladies and gentlemen, and in a pinch, this could be my dinner any night of the week. Reminds me enough of pizza to be pizza. It could be a quesadilla too. It could be whatever you want, ladies and gentlemen. Building this thing from the bottom to the top the way I always do. The quote-unquote crust is fairly standard. You can make it any way you want to make it in terms of the tortilla. Buy any brand that you want. It's going to taste about the same, you know what I'm saying? Except for some might be a little bit more floury and bleachy than others. This one's fine. The addition of the butter flavored pan that I use on the bottom side gave it a nice buttery flavor on the bottom. It's nice and soft all the way through, yet crisp and crunchy on the back side the way I wanted it. So that's outstanding. So that gets a passing grade. Inside the middle layer, where you got all that cheese and those big deli-sized pepperonis, all you taste is pepperoni. It's like laying on a pepperoni bed, ladies and gentlemen, if that makes any sense. And it's so, so nice. And it tastes so zesty. That's some really good deli pepperoni. It's fantastic. Nice and soft. Salty, zesty. Tastes fantastic. Leads with a pork flavor rather than a beef flavor. That's really, really good. The cheese is a good mixture of cheeses. It could be a little bit more moist and give you a more stretchy, bubbly kind of thing going on, but it doesn't have to. It still tastes really good and acts as a good envelope for the pizza. The sausages on the inside are nice and juicy, and they've kind of commingled with the oils from the cheese and the pepperoni, and they have a real nice flavor with not a lot of fennel or anise, just enough, and you know, that nice sweet Italian sausage flavor that's oh so nice. Then you go to the top layer where you have the regular tortilla on top. It's not quite as buttery because it doesn't have that whole thing going on, but it does have the sauce soaking into it, and that gives the whole thing kind of a tomatoey tortilla flavor, which is really nice. The tomato sauce that I used was some cheap spaghetti sauce. I think it was Classico or something like that, and it was a sweet red pepper marinara. That was really nice, and I liked it a lot. And there was just enough on this pizza to go around, and that's really cool. Get to the rest of the toppings, and the story repeats itself. However, the small pepperonis have a little bit more textural integrity than the big pepperonis do. A little bit more leather to their composition. And maybe even a slight bit zestier, but I think I prefer the ones that were underneath overall in terms of their flavor. The cheese is the cheese. It tastes like the cheese. Nice blend of a little bit of a smoky provolone, a creamy mozzarella, and a couple other flavors going on there. You've also got the sausages, which in this case get a little bit of a char to them and a toast, so they're not quite as juicy as they are on the inside, but they give you a nice juicy explosion on, you know, as soon as you bite it, and that's really good. Overall, this is a really tasty pizza, pizzadilla, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to go ahead and give this, for my version at this point today, a 3/4 thumbs up. It could be a lot better. Like I said, visit your salad bar at your local grocery store. Get those little mozzarella balls that are in there, the fresh mozzarella that are swimming around in that liquid. Get those, drain them, cut them in half, spread them around here, and you got a whole nother experience, I'm telling you. Alright guys, thanks for watching my experiment this week on this DIY edition of Pizza Night. Make sure you check out all the editions of Pizza Night. Check out all of our action this weekend with the sAs, the Snack Food Appreciation Society. We have a snack briefs coming up on Sunday, of course, but also the second half of the Cereal Rumble as we take a look at 2 brand new cereals that nobody's ever seen before, or maybe you have, but it's new to us. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy the Royal Rumble this weekend. Also, enjoy the Royal Rumble that is the sAs group on Facebook by clicking on the link down below. You could be the #1 snacker star in the whole world. Join the group to find out how. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Check me out on all the social medias, including Twitter and Instagram, at Brandon Reich SAS. When you do that, make sure you use the hashtag Snack Society all day, every day. That way you know what you're eating, which you already do, so you know what I'm eating, and I know what you're eating too. So like, comment, share, and subscribe. And in the meantime, in between time, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.